everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So today I'm doing something weird. Not that weird. I am trying to use these boxes, these weird grease monkey glove boxes that came from my husband's job. He will often give me packaging for things that looks like it could be useful. Now this one is not terribly useful because it got torn here, but I have a bit of a plan for these. So first I want to, this one I'm not going to use to its full potential. I'm just going to use like a part of it that I can salvage that I want to use for like the lovely cardboardy paper, this kind of thing. Now I could save this to make belly bands. This got torn or else it would be kind of cool, but I'll show you what I'm thinking with one that's not, because I have a few of them. Okay, so this one's salvageable. So the first thing I'd like to do with these is just cut the tops off because I don't need to deal with all that. Those are just a pain. So the first thing that I was thinking about is if we open this up, you could have a cool, if we just cut this off, this piece here, you could have a really cool journal cover that you could make out of this. It would have a big spine too. And like I've cut it down more than it is. They could be one of those really tall journals, but I'm not in the mood to make that kind of journal right now. So what I want to instead do is, where did my tape go? There it is. Okay. I want to repair this with a bit of masking tape so it doesn't rip any further than it is. We're going to cover this all up, it doesn't matter. But I want to create like two pieces of this kind of cardstock that I can save. So this one I can put something in like acetate or whatever. And I'll tape both sides just to make it more sturdy. And then this side I want to cut against the seam, and then I'm going to cut that off as well. Now these are a little more narrow than this, but that's okay for what I want to do with them, I think. So I'm just going to go through and use these up because I have a bunch of them. I have about 10 of them. My husband has been doing this funny task as work at home work for a job where work at home doesn't actually exist. But he sometimes has to help put together, well, he doesn't have to, but he volunteers to help make like kits for machines. And one of those kits recently is bagging up a bunch of gloves because somebody at his work made a bit of a mistake and doesn't know how to actually get pre-packed gloves for machines. So he's been on a bit of a fool's journey here to try to help out. But these are the leftover boxes, and he had them all over my dining room table this morning, and as I was about to swoosh them into the recycle bin, I was like, maybe I could use some of these. Because they have this like perforated, that's what got me on this, was this perforated piece here. You can hear some noise, it's because he's upstairs vacuuming right now. And I am on my lunch break from work, which is one of those days today at work where I've been copied on like an email that has a whole bunch of people on it, and those people are all kind of like arguing, but like in the sense that they're trying to work out a problem, but they're not using very good communication to do so. And I really don't want to stick my nose in. I just kind of don't want to. But I hate watching these things go down. It's like so annoying to watch people like blatantly communicate badly with one another. And be like contentious. Like, ugh. Just like those kind of things just bug me, and they sort of sit in my conscience, and like I'm trying to ignore it. So I'm just here to spend some time with the gorillas and, you know, take out my angst on cutting these boxes apart. And I have to organize a little bit of a book thing, because my daughter last night, she had her little Sparks meetup, and her Sparks leader said to me, you know, one of the badges that we're going to try to go for involves doing like a group, you know, swapping or sharing kind of activity. And I was thinking, you know, we'd organize a book swap, and all the girls could like, you know, collect books that they don't want anymore from their stash of books, and we could exchange them and, you know, get new books from somebody else's books that they brought in. And I felt like saying, oh honey, you don't even know. What book do you need? So yeah, I've got to get some books to set aside for that objective. So why don't I take a little break, cut the rest of these apart, and come back to you when we can actually start working on what I'm going to make with them. I just wanted to give you a little rundown of what I'm doing here. I think I have probably 10 more of these, so let me chop them on my own time and I'll come right back. So I have gotten all of these cut out, and I have quite a little stack of them here. I also grabbed a few other materials to put my project together. So these, obviously I'd like to put something like acetate in the window. So I grabbed a couple sheets of laminating acetate, or not laminating, but overhead, you know, the overhead projection stuff. And I grabbed these paper dolls. Sorry for that. Little one is hanging out down here today. So anyways, I got the paper dolls that I cut out. These are from Pixie Dust Files on Etsy. They're mushroom people, I think, mushroom kids. Then I grabbed a pack of the Tim Holtz Ideology, because it's like the same, the backdrops are like, you know, they're big enough to cover these, but I think I may end up cutting these down a little bit more, because that's quite a big piece of ephemera. So I'll probably cut it a little bit more before I do that. So that's where I'm going with this so far. Where is the opening down here? And I'm excited to use these because I haven't used them yet, but they're double-sided, which is nice. So I'll just grab one of them out. Let's just start with the first one here. Okay. Set the others aside. And then there's a few different things that I could do with these ones that have the holes. Like, I could make them into just like a journal card, or they could be like a pocket where we have something removable going on inside. So I think I want to just trim this down a little bit because it's too big. That's good. Okay. So then if we match this one up to this one, I'll need to trim it down to, well, let's just wait and see what we do here before I get ahead of myself. So if I put this on, it won't go that way, but it will go this way, obviously. Which side? Oh, that's so pretty on that side. This is what always happens to me. I'm like, oh, I don't want to mess this up. But what I can do, yeah, we can do this. So I'm just going to, not much of a plan. I'm just going to kind of get started here. And I'm going to just put some glue on here. I'm not going to worry too hard about super gluing it, because I'm going to stitch around this at the end anyways. So now, just get that all on here. Line it up kind of. Yeah, let's just give it a little bit of slack on the side. There. Okay. Just cut that off there. Then we'll come in, and I think I'll use maybe my knife to do this. Hold on. To grab the cutting board here. Let's pop these up here. I'm just going to start by kind of coming down both sides. I don't know if it's going to be easier to cut this with scissors. We'll see how I can do the curve. It might not be too bad. There we go. Theoretically, that should now pop right out if I got all the little bits here. Okay. So now we have this at the front. I think I just have one little bit I need to trim again. It didn't come. There. Theoretically, I could still use that for backing, but it's going to be a little gappy, so I won't. I'll just toss that in scraps. But now I can back this with this if I want to later. We'll see though how our little person that we're going to put inside, how much backing it needs. I'll possibly just use scraps. Okay, so I need to put a piece of acetate behind there. Again, I'm just going to use a glue stick. Get this excess glue off my fingers. There we go. All right, now move this out of the way. The acetate out of here so it's not shining in your eyes. Okay. Now let's find, I think this one would go the nicest with this background maybe. Let's see. Oh, she's so cute. And yeah, we don't really need to use anything too special for the background because she'll take up the whole background. So first, what I'd like to do is go ahead and ink the edges of her because she's very bright. Okay. Just going to grab a scrap or two here from my scrap bin, and that will be my backing. So see, this is where I have to decide if I want this to be a pocket with like a tag inside that has this on it, or if I want it to be a journal card. Let's do a little of both maybe. I'm going to start with a journal card. So I don't need to create a really thick backing. I'm going to use some of this scrappy paper here as my backing. And where's my ruler? Oh, it's here in front of my eyes. There it is. Okay, so let's just make sure we have enough. We do. So then I'm going to take some of this music paper here. Okay. Actually, I want to use this. I don't want that to be on the back. I want this to be on the back, the other side. Some nice grungy old music paper here. Then we need to glue her. I know we're going to lose some of the bottom, so I'm not too concerned about the bottom. That's really cute. Okay, so let's just add glue to this now. Now I'll lay this here. Now we have our backing. I'm going to also round the corners. It'll give it more of a cabinet card feel, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to take a stitch break. I have to stitch around the edge of this as well as around this center bit here, and then I will come back and do like a little bit more collage decoration. Alright, so stitching is done. It's a little bit of glue there. I'm just going to smoosh it down. It's okay. It's clear glue, so you won't see it once it's dry. Okay, so now I just want to add like some decoration to the front of this that will overlap a little bit. So maybe something like that, or like this. I like that one better. And then I'm trying to use up the little bits in here that I don't have room for in my ephemera bin. It's a little bee, that could be cute. Maybe even up here. Yeah, okay. And then possibly a little label could be nice. Let me grab my Tim Holtz stuff labels and stuff. Here they are. These are the teenies. Let's see if I have one a little bigger. That one's cute. Maybe a couple of them. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So now I will glue those down. So I like when you have like packaging and stuff like this that it just kind of takes you on a jaunt to do something that you would otherwise not necessarily have done, because it's like the shape of the package or something just kind of inspires you to go and make something different. Just getting that last little bit of glue up here. This is art glitter glue, so it's not going to leave marks or anything. And I can always go over after it's all dry and just kind of give it a clean. Put our little bee on the top. I was happy to find all this Tim Holtz ephemera at Joann's when I was in the US, because it's nice to have these little things. I mean, I create a lot of things like this anyways from old books and also from digitals, but sometimes it's nice to just have like something different. It's already cut out for you too, which is kind of nice. I feel like it lends itself to like the making of more elaborate ephemera. I like that a lot actually. Okay, so now we have the back to deal with. What I want to do with the back is I want to attach coffee dyed paper. This is always the stage that you do last after you've done your stitching, so you can hide all these stitches in here. Now what I could have chosen to do, but it doesn't really bother me, is maybe not stitched around the edge, because I'll want to stitch again around the edge to attach now this piece of paper probably, because I like everything sewn through maybe. Oops. But I'm also not opposed to having a second set of stitches there if in fact I need them. I might not need them though. We'll see. Cut around here. Give it a nice smoosh down. Other option to just make sure that everything stays down is to just kind of go on any place. For me, it's always the corners that I feel like the reason I like to glue is to make sure my corners don't lift up. But art glitter glue will also give me that same assurance. I don't usually have the issue with like the sides, but every now and then a little paper corner will like to flip up. Okay. Alright, so now let's ink around this with some Distress ink. Just using Vintage Photo today. I'll probably switch to another color soon. But this one I feel like it's nice with the Vintage Photo. Here we go. Okay, so we turned Grease Monkey packaging into this. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so I think that's it for the video. You know, I also did mention I might turn some of these into pockets, but I don't know. I pretty much love these. I don't know if I'll do pockets or not. You know, because a pocket would be really cute too, that you could pull a tag out of, that was the decorated part. So maybe I will. We'll see. If I do, I'll show them to you maybe in a next video. So that's it for now. Thank you for joining me. I hope you liked seeing this little use it up, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.